Hello everyone, I'm Akshay and welcome back to the Red Devils podcast. Amazing result by that after that appalling and extremely disappointing result at Anfield on Sunday. But finally, Manchester United, like, they sort of resurrected from the dead. I mean, it was a nice game. I really enjoyed that match because everybody was criticizing Man United, and then finally today we turned up. We knew it's gonna be really difficult against Betis because they are not a bad side. They are actually fifth in the La Liga, and it was sort of the way the players that was an amazing response by Manchester United and by Erik ten Hag. The first thing I really want to say is that Erik ten Hag picked the same team from Sunday. If you remember that game, it was exactly the same team that started the game on Sunday. Definitely, Erik ten Hag made some substitutions quite early in the game, but still, it was nice to see that he still believes in that team. It was obviously he's gonna believe in that team, but it was nice to see that he's supporting the players because if you're watching a different media outlets, the Sky, BT Sport, Manchester, everybody is simply after the Manchester United players. It's like Liverpool won a Champions League just because they defeated Man United 7-0. I mean, it's obvious that it's gonna be there. It's obvious it's gonna be in the record. It's obvious it's gonna haunt us for the rest of the season and maybe next season. But still, it was a game. We lost it. We were disappointed. We were furious. Even I was furious at that time. But now we need to move on. We need to celebrate today's win. We need to celebrate what we're gonna achieve this season. We need to celebrate that after 6 years we won a trophy. For the past 10 years we were never even in the title race, and finally this year I can actually, even after that 7-0 loss to Liverpool at Anfield, even still I'm backing this manager, I'm backing this squad, and I can still see that yes, we are building something, and that's something because I even said in my previous video that Bruno Fernandes was a shit show. In last Sunday there was no defensive work. The defensive pair Varane and Martinez, they started this game today also, but today they were looking like Varane and Martinez, and last Sunday they were actually looking like Harry Maguire and maybe two Harry Maguire. So that was really disappointing because when you're actually believing in the squad and you want to win against your arch rivals and you want to defeat them, and then you are 2-0 up, 2-0 down, 3-0 down, then you want to talk about that. You want to see some reaction after that loss. And today, Manchester United players were actually sort of I'm not gonna say resurrected again, but it's sort of the way they reacted to that loss. It was great. Man United defeated Real Betis 4-1. I mean, it's not just a one goal win, a one goal advantage or two goal advantage. It's a 3-goal advantage. We both know that we are moving on to the next round of Europa League, because I don't think so. Even in Spain, even in the home ground, Real Betis can change the outcome of the game, because even if it's about 2 legs, we have completely finished the game in this leg only, because it's three goals cushion. So I don't think so that's gonna be difficult for any of the player who are actually playing in the next week, because remember this Sunday we have Southampton, and after the defeat against Liverpool, we need to have a strong team to play on Sunday, because we need 3 points. We need a clean sheet, most importantly. And while we are talking about clean sheet, I have no idea what happened to De Gea today. His shot stopping, there was only one shot at the goal, but his shot stopping was not that good. His distribution was terrible. I mean, was it the focus? Was it the reaction? Was he still sort of not. He's still sort of suffering from that Sunday defeat, or or maybe is it about the contract? I don't have any idea about that incident, but the way he was, the way he played today's game, we should be thankful to Varane, Martinez, and Casemiro, because the way, if Varane, Martinez, and Casemiro weren't there, they would have scored more. They would have definitely scored more, because De Gea today was poor. He was really, really poor. But as long as we are talking about the players, there are a couple of players I really want to talk about. Standees, because Anthony was criticized a lot, that he was 85 million hyped up. Even I criticized him in my last video, because he was playing like shit in that Anfield game. Even today, there were a couple of chances there that where he should have just passed it on to Vegas, and Vegas would have scored a goal. But that again, that immobility and that that desire to do it all alone was something that Anthony really should work on, because Anthony is a fantastic player. He is a great talent, but unfortunately, he's behaving just like the Rashford used to behave in the last season, when he wanted to do everything all by himself, and it never worked out. Rashford was simply shit before the season for 18 months, and Anthony should never go down that road. Anthony should learn from that. He should be a team player. He should, when he's trying to attack to the goalpost, and if he sees another player in the center of the penalty box, he need to give it to that person, because he is standing there without any defender watching him. So he needs to work on that. And while we're talking about Vegas, I really want to say this. I really hope, I'm not saying he's one of the best strikers or he's one of the best backup strikers of the club, but I really want that if there's any chance that we could shell out 4 to 5 million, we can just sign that man, because the way he reacted, the way his work rate is, the way he goes on to the defensive back line, the way he goes on to the midfield, and the way he tries to move ahead. He tries a lot. I'm gonna say this again and again. That man's work rate is amazing. As a number 9, he does many other stuff, much more than most of the number 9s I've seen in Premier League, because his dedication to this club is amazing. And last time when we won against the Newcastle and he lifted the trophy, he cried, because it was his first official Carabao Cup, not just Carabao Cup, it was his first official cup, and the way he reacted, he was crying. It was really heart touching, and the way he reacted to his first Stretford end goal, Old Trafford goal, it was remarkable. The way because he tried a couple of times, he was asking for the ball also, but unfortunately Anthony wasn't even interested in passing on to him. And then in the second half of the stage, before just the game was about to end, that Pellistri, I'm going to talk about Pellistri also, but before that I'm going to talk about Vegas. That the way he reacted, he pushed on to that goal, he scored it. It was a clear-cut goal, and that was the way he reacted to that goal. He was almost in tears. Everybody was surrounding him, and I really like that guy. I don't know what it's about him, but I really like that guy. And let's talk about Pellistri now, because I have seen enough of Pellistri. I still have that guy. I've sold Alanga from my youth academy. I've sold I still don't remember his name. Garner. I've sold Garner. I've sent Alanga on loan in my FIFA 23 career. The only player who's actually playing in my FIFA from Man United in that season zone is Pellistri. He's growing. That kid is sort of reminds you of Barcelona's type of player, because the way he plays, that's not the Man United ruthless aggression style. The way he plays is sort of like the way Barcelona plays, the Barcelona players play, the way you can see the Messi used to play, the way you can see Bernardo Silva from Portugal. I mean, he's from Man City, but Bernardo Silva, David Silva, these sort of player who has a low center of gravity between that was. He has been subbed on for a couple of times, and every time he was subbed on. I'm sorry. He actually contributed towards a goal. He actually, I mean, if you have seen that game, you know he was on the edge of the penalty box. 3 players were in front of him. He tried to make a run, and then he beat those 3 players, goes from the side of them, and he gave a brilliant assist to McTominay. It was a very key pass. McTominay couldn't score because the goalkeeper defended it, and then it landed on in front of Weghorst, and Weghorst scored his first goal at the home ground, and that was amazing. I mean, everyone was surrounding Weghorst. Everyone was happy for Weghorst. Even I was happy for Weghorst because he scored a goal. But again, you can't ignore the lad. You can't ignore Pellistri. The way he has been playing, the way he has been playing off the bench, he needs to start some games. He needs to get a couple of games, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in Premier League. I really believe that kid is gonna do wonders if he's gotten like a regular team sheet, because he is something different. We never had this sort of player. It's not Cristiano Ronaldo or Sancho or Bruno Fernandes or Rooney type of player. This is something different. The way he plays, that's quite different, and we'll be really surprised if he's gonna do great. We'll be really surprised if he gets to his best potential. I'm pretty much sure about that. And as long as we are talking about potentials, and as long as we are talking about players, I'm gonna talk about the captain now. Bruno Fernandes. Everyone was criticizing Bruno Fernandes because of that Anfield game, that he was responsible for it. He was not a natural leader and everything. Today, that guy was marvelous. Today, that guy was fantastic. The way he played that game, he was everywhere. He led from the front. He was actually dictating. He was actually giving instructions to Fred and Casemiro. The way he gave an assist to Rashford, the way he scored that header from Luke Shaw's corner. I'm gonna say this again and again. That man is my club's captain. I don't fucking believe in Harry Maguire. I want Harry Maguire to be shipped off to some place where he can play regular games. I don't hate the lad, but for me, Bruno Fernandes is the captain of this club. I'm gonna say this out loud. For me, today he played as a central attacking midfielder, and that is his best position. I don't know why Erik ten Hag again repeatedly chooses him to play on the wing, and that you can have Bruno Fernandes on the wing, but unfortunately he won't have an impact. And today, when he was playing as a central attacking midfielder, he made a brilliant impact. He was everywhere. There were a couple of times he was running towards the wings also, but he was coming back to his main preferred position, that is number 8. And today we saw that Bruno Fernandes is the most crucial element of this rebuild. Erik ten Hag definitely made some mistakes on Anfield. He definitely trusted this squad. He actually gave us the starting 11 from Anfield only, but there was something different about this team, because today he wanted to see the reaction from the club, from the squad. We wanted to see the reaction from the squad and the manager, and today we saw that. Today, of course, 7-0 is not gonna go anywhere, but like I said, we can't just hold on to that one miserable thing that happened over the last week. We need to move on. We need to move on from that. We need to celebrate this win against Betis. We need to celebrate the Carabao Cup. We need to celebrate the fact that we are still in the FA Cup. We are still in the Europa League, and we'll definitely be in the top 4, and we'll play for the Champions League next year. So I'm gonna celebrate that. I'm gonna stay happy for that. I'm not gonna delve on the the sad thing or the negative things that are floating around the club and the squad especially. But like I said, even after the match against Liverpool, I said this on my video that I still back the manager. I still trust the process, and I know one game is not gonna define anything what we have achieved so far this season with that squad, with no financial assistance from the owners. So I'm gonna say this out loud: I believe in Ten Hag, and I believe in Bruno Fernandes. I believe in Rashford. Again, Rashford, amazing form. The way he's scoring goals, that's really good for us. I really hope that he scores again against Southampton on Sunday. And on that note, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm not gonna take much of your time because I want you guys to celebrate this win as well, because I'm gonna celebrate this with a glass of Red Bull. Because remember last time I broke a mug because I was so pissed off when that son of a gun Firmino scored the goal and that asshole Salah too. But unfortunately, let's not talk about that. I'm gonna celebrate it. Thank you for showing me a lot of support, and please keep showing me that support also again for my future videos. Until then, please take care of yourself and your loved ones. Stay safe, stay healthy, and thank you for tuning in and watching the show. Bye bye guys. Glory, Man United.